Hi, I'm Shoestring Jane. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things thrifty, frugal and money saving. And I feel cold today, really cold, but I daren't really say that because I read some of the comments on here on my Instagram and also on my Facebook posts about where some of you are in America in particular and are struggling so much with the temperature. So I think I can't really complain about going down to -4 or -5 in the evening when you're struggling with -30 in the daytime. So, but it does feel cold today. I don't know if it's because I'm a bit tired, and I do find that I get cold when I'm tired. So me and Archie are snuggled up. We've both got blankets and we're sitting on the sofa in its new position. We've actually had a bit of a change around. I'll show you that in a minute. Me and Justin spent the weekend, we were quite busy bees actually. We spent the weekend just reorganising the sitting room, sorting out a bit more stuff in the garage, moving furniture about upstairs as well. We put the new dressing table in position in the bedroom. I'll show you that too. We brought an old one from the garage upstairs to the spare room, and then took a table downstairs, which will be an extra table for me to do packing and that kind of thing. So we've just moved stuff about, and it's made us it's kind of clarified what we have to do next really, which is paint this room. We've got to do some painting in this room and some upcycling of the furniture, but that bit will be my job. So plenty to do, but we did have a good weekend. It was quite productive. And today I was packing up all of the stuff that I'd sold over the weekend. I sold a few bits on eBay and quite a few bits on Vinted actually, surprisingly, which I hardly ever sell anything on Vinted. And then I went to, because a lot of the Vinted stuff are in post lockers, I went to the locker and got 2 of my parcels in, no problem, scanned the third one and it just wouldn't go. It just wouldn't go. I don't understand what's going on, so I've got to try and sort that out. But I got so cold because the wind was just whistling through this little corner, this little passageway where the lockers were, and it was just icy. And because I, thought, well, I'm just popping out, it's sunshine. I had just this jumper and a cardigan on. I didn't have a coat on. So I soon regretted that decision. And I took Archie over the park when I got back. And this time I really, really wrapped up and put a hat on and gloves and another layer and definitely a coat. And I was still cold, and we got back and I've been cold ever since. So it just feels chilly. I've just given in and put the heating on, and as I am sitting with a blanket on. I haven't actually plugged this in. This is my heated blanket. So sensible thing would have actually been to plug this in, but I really feel like the house is cooled so much that I really need just to warm the house up a little bit, and then I'll just have it on for an hour and then I'll turn it off and put my heated blanket on if I still feel cold. So anyway, so I've been sorting bits and pieces out with Justin this weekend. As I say, we've had quite a productive few days, and I've just been planning my week now. It is Monday today. I've got to do a few things. I want to get on with doing some more eBay stuff, and we did think we possibly have found our best ever freebie, so watch to the end of the video and I'll show you what that is, and a few other little freebies as well that will be good. And I found some nice things in the charity shop as well, so I'll show you that. Anyway, let's see what we've been up to the last few days. I'm using up some mushrooms that need eating, making just a very simple mushroom risotto. It's just garlic, mushrooms, risotto rice, a little bit of red wine, stock, some salt and pepper, and that's it. And I'm also going to use up a little bit of salad to have with it. I do love a risotto. Sometimes I make this just with ordinary rice, but I had a bit of risotto rice, so it might be paella rice actually, I'm not sure, but I think they work just as well, both of them. So I'm just gradually adding the stock. And that's a nice, simple, easy dinner for us. Should take about 20 minutes more. So we're about to have a big move around and experiment, but we've got to extend the TV area if we're going to move it. Archie's going to help, aren't you, Arch? So we're just shuffling the sofas about, but the TV definitely looks better here, I think. So we can watch it from both sides. We're going to move this over to here. Just found half a packet of cheddars that someone had spilled down the back of the sofa and not done anything with. That's nice. Complete mess up the other end now though. So yeah, so here we are. Justin and Archie trying out the new arrangement. We definitely need a new rug, and we definitely need to paint the walls now because they're even more noticeable, aren't they? What do you think, Archie?
Rubbish.
Okay, you can look out the window and bark at everybody to his heart's content. Got the TV up and running. I'm going to show you the other room though because it looks hideous. So I've got the new dressing table in position finally, and I love it. And I was going to paint it, and now I'm looking at it thinking, I don't know if I will. I really like it as it is, to the point where I might find some more furniture that colour to go in here. I love that vintage look. It's gorgeous. I love it. Okay, I'd like to tell you the garage is done, but it isn't. But it is a lot tidier. We've got another little packing station over there. It's still a bit overburdened. We've got to get rid of some things still. There's a big pile here that I've still got to do something with. And I still need to find somewhere else with a lawnmower to live because it's annoying me. But I've got the packing station. I don't know what that mirror's doing there. That's just appeared. And I've still got to sort out paint properly. But I'm getting there. We've got some space now, so that's good. We have a bit of clear space. Going to get on and do my packing. So I've got a little mini haul to show you from my charity shop the other day. I went on the way to Mum's to my favourite charity shop. And I've got some bits and pieces that we picked up for free when we were walking the dog yesterday as well. So this is the first item from the charity shop. Michael Kors boots. They are suede. And they're like a nice zippy boot. I mean, they're in decent condition as well. No idea, really. I've never sold anything Michael Kors. I know it was something that was quite faked at one point, but whether that is still the case, I'm not sure. I think it was very kind of fashionable for a bit, because I know all my daughters liked it when they were teenagers. Anything Michael Kors was something that they really, really wanted. Can't see a size. Oh, they're a size 7. Size 7. So yeah, I'm not sure about the value on those, but I think they're quite a decent boot. And then I picked up, I think this is vintage Laura Ashley. It's a vintage Laura Ashley dress, and that's an old label, isn't it? I don't know where it's made. I think it's kind of rubbed off, so I can't really see. It's 100% silk. May not be vintage, that. Oh, it's not really a vintage style. I don't know. It could be a vintage style. It's very kind of plain style, but it's 100% silk, and it's a really nice blue with a small floral pattern on it and a big stain on the front, which I've only just noticed. Well, I'll have to put some Stain Devil or something on that and see if I can get that off. It does look a bit greasy. I've got a grease remover. And it's a lined dress. It's quite nice. I can't remember. I'm trying to think what I paid for these. I think this was £2. I think all their dresses are £2. And the boots were £2 or £3. And what did I pick up here? Oh, I picked this up for me, actually. I thought I'd try it on. It's a Next linen midi dress, size 14. Just a plain black dress. And it's got a kind of a lacy sort of detail at the bodice. I thought that might be quite a nice sort of summer, need to be smart, but also flattering, because black is always slimming, isn't it? Dress. So I'm going to try that on. If not, I'll just stick it on Vinted. It doesn't look very nice. Again, £2 I think for that one. Oh, another one as well. Another dress. I think this looks like a dress that I've actually had and sold before. It's a monsoon, and it's quite an old monsoon. And it's just a jersey maxi dress, summer dress. It's quite a nice print, isn't it? Quite bright for somebody's holiday. Well, that's okay. Again, I think that was £2. I didn't get masses. Oh, I picked another Kate Morton book up, The Forgotten Garden. I have actually listened to this one on Borrow Books, and I did really enjoy it. It was good. I think this is her first one. The House at Riverton, or The Forgotten Garden. Yeah, I think this is her first one. So it's a good one. I enjoyed it, but I picked it up because I thought Mum has got one that we found in the charity shop, and I thought if she enjoyed it, she perhaps will like to read this one as well, or I can read it again. I think it was quite a good book. And then I picked up a pair of curtains, and I think they're vintage curtains, and they're only £3 a pair in this shop. They're very thick, lined curtains with a kind of, again, another cottagey sort of print. Terracotta and I guess you'd say cream, or almost gold actually. They're almost a gold colour. And I did find out when I was looking at them where they were from. Oh yeah, here we are. Sundower. Dry clean only, made in the UK. That's how I know they are vintage curtains. And they're a pencil pleat. Again, they're very clean looking and nice quality curtains. Really good. So yes, they're quite a decent pair of curtains. I do like picking up curtains, although they are quite sort of bulky to store. They're easy to pack, and you can get all sorts. I like the vintage styles. So obviously I've got two of those, but the other one's at the bottom. And I picked these up because I've got some actually. I've got like some cake plates of this same pattern. It's pavilion porcelain. I don't think it's got a great value, but I've got too many of those side plates, so I might sell them all together. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. They need a good wash. I think I actually need to go over them with a magic sponge. I find that's quite good for getting off like little things, like it looks like it's been wrapped in paper and it's got some, in the slight scratches that you get to the surface of the porcelain, it's got a bit of black. This one actually looks worse. And I don't know if you ever used one of those magic sponges, but they are absolutely magic. They're good at that kind of thing, getting that kind of thing off. So they were only £2 for 4. So I have no idea. I have not looked them up. I don't know the value, but I recognise the pattern. So I thought, well, I'll get them. So that was everything from the charity shop. And then we were just trundling along, doing our dog walk, and we saw a free box, and it was full of these nice, I mean, I think these are vintage decorations, but I think they still make this kind of decoration now, so they might not be. But I have quite a lot of these and I really like them. And our colour scheme is generally red and green, red and gold. So that works pretty well. And I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of those. One of them is slightly different actually. One was a slightly different pattern. It's like a Father Christmas around the Christmas tree pattern. And so, yeah, they're quite nice. I'm going to keep those. And then Justin said, oh, pick these up because they've got silver, they've got a hallmark on them. And they're like little miniature salt and pepper grinders. And the bottom looks like it's silver. I don't really know anything about silver marks, so I'll have to look those up. And the top, I don't know what it is. It feels like, Justin thought it might be a wood, but to me it just feels like it could be Bakelite. I think if it was anything really good like ebony, they wouldn't have just put a silver plate on that side thing. So yeah, I don't really know if they have any value, but they were free, and so it's a good learning opportunity, isn't it? So we picked those up as well. And the other thing that was in the bag of free stuff was a bag of coins. To start with, I thought they were just loose change, and I thought, oh, pennies, we can give them to the toddlers in the family, because I bought them a money box for Christmas and they loved just putting pennies in, shoving pennies in. I'm trying to think what I've done with them now. Yes. So we've got a bag of pennies, but when we looked at them, they're old pennies, and I have lost the one that might have any value. I think Justin's put it somewhere safe. So one of them, we were just idly looking, well, Justin was looking them up on eBay to see if there was any value in some of the really old ones. And one of the old, like George the Fifth, was it? So that would have been Elizabeth's grandfather, not her father. See, there's got that image on them. I think it was Edward and George's father, Edward who abdicated. So one of them was 1936, and Justin was looking at them on eBay. And the 1936 one, somebody was asking £1,000 for it. £1,000! We got very excited. And then I was saying, really? And then we found some others that were £700 and all lots near 700 above. One was 500. Somebody was asking even more than £1,000. And we just thought, that can't be right, surely. And then I looked again and somebody was asking £1.29 for one, and somebody was asking 99p on auction. And we thought, this is just a bit odd. So we're going to do a little bit more research. I can't believe, I mean, they all look identical. I can't see anything different. I can't believe a coin from 1936 would be that rare. Although when we were looking at it, one of the sellers said it's a rare coin because that's the year that George V died and Edward came on. I would have thought anything with Edward on would be the rare and valuable ones because he was king for just such a short time. So, and I was also reading around and it was talking about proof versions of coins. So the initial ones that they produced to just kind of check they called it the dyes, but I don't think they mean the colour. To just a kind of proof copy just for approval, make sure they're all okay. And now when they produce those, they tend to go straight to collectors, but they used to have a certain number and they'd go into circulation. Well, I can understand if you can prove that you have a proof copy, that might have some value. I would show you this coin, but as I say, it's disappeared. So I think Justin's actually put it, he didn't put it in, we didn't put it in with the others. He's put it somewhere safe.
Here it is, 1 penny. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, 1936. And there's George.
Anyway, if you know anything about coins and you know how to value them and you know how to discover whether or not something does have a particular rarity, then please do let me know in the comments, or if you know who we can ask, because I don't know. So I'm going to do a little bit more research and just see. But wouldn't it be amazing if a coin we picked up from the side of the road turns out to be worth £1,000? That would be good. Fingers crossed. So since I filmed that, I've done a little bit more research, and that coin's not worth £1,000 or £500, or it's maybe worth £7 or £8. So I'm going to actually probably put those coins into groups and sell them see if I can get a tenner for each little group. I don't understand why some people think that they can get away with charging so much on eBay and whether anybody would ever pay that. But I really don't think it's worth that. I've been looking in the coin collectors websites and that kind of thing, and nobody is saying that, you know, this is particularly valuable. So I'm not going to panic too much about that. The other thing we did actually, which I did show you, but I don't know if you'll be able to quite see it, is we finally put up some Jack Vetriano pictures, 2 of which I got, and I did show you in a recent haul, for a tenner with my mum at a boot sale. And we bought them actually thinking my brother-in-law might like them, but then he said he's got too many. So me and Justin were looking at them saying, we actually really like them. Should we put them up? And they remind me of my dad because he liked Jack Vetriano, and mum and dad had some in their bathroom, the 4 smaller prints. So then Justin found another one on eBay, which he really likes because it's a kind of car themed. So let me show you them in position. So my favourite one was this one. But now that Justin's bought this one, which is the Bluebird, and it was at the speed races on a beach in Wales, I actually think that is my favourite one. But that one's nice as well. So, you know, they're all really nice. I'm really, really pleased with them. Sorry, there's a dodgy bit of filming there. I am really pleased with them in position, but it does really illustrate that the walls need painting. So I don't know when I'm going to be inspired to do that. It's kind of a big job. So I think I do need to get on with it though. I've been really, really good in decluttering generally though. So as I hit a cupboard, I've been decluttering it. So when we moved the TV cabinet, which is full of like china, I got rid of a lot of stuff. So some of that's gone in the charity shop and some of it's gone to be listed because it was vintage. And the other thing I've really got to do is we have well, the dresser, you've seen the pink dresser that I upcycled, that's full of Tupperware and plastic containers. Some of them are old takeaway containers and margarine containers and that kind of thing. And they're really super useful, but I have too many of them and they are in an absolute mess now. So you open the cupboard and they will fall out. So we're kind of at that explosive point. So that's going to be my next thing to do. And since I am going to look in here, I'm also going to do this bookshelf. Let me show you the bookshelf. So I used to be much worse and have a lot more books than this. And I really was quite brutal when we moved here a year or so ago. And I got rid of a lot of them because although I love having books around me, I am not somebody who goes back and rereads books. I know some people do, they have favourites and they keep going back and rereading them, but I just don't do that. I mean, I barely have time to read one book, let alone reread the book. So I am trying to read a lot more and I'm enjoying that than I have done over the past few years. So I am really loving reading books and more interesting books as part of my book group and just independently. But it doesn't mean I have to have them all sitting here. So again, I'm going to go through that bookshelf, get rid of some that I have read and know that I won't read. There's one or two that I just like to keep, but I've got to be really brutal about whether I really, really want to keep them. Just what's the point, really? It's nice to have some books here, obviously, and I've got things that I would use, like some recipe books there. I have some yoga books. I took a massive bag of yoga books to the charity shop last week. So I have been good at getting rid of some of them, but I've really still got a few more that I think I can pick out and somebody else might enjoy them. So it's no point in having loads and loads of books that you just don't use. You may as well allow somebody else to read them. And we do have a book crossing point here. In fact, we have a couple. So I pick things up from there. This is the problem. I picked some up last week. I showed you my last video. So I really do need to stop doing that and actually take a few more things down there when I do my dog walks. So anyway, I am warming up again already. I've got my cup of tea and the heating is now kicking in. So I'm going to go off now and do a little bit of listing, do a little bit of tidying up and a bit of cleaning. Toilets need doing, so I'll go and do those. And that will warm me up, just getting active and moving around the house. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as well so you know next time I'm publishing something. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.